Alright, so as you can see here, we're getting another downpour. We've been lucky enough to get some rain. They've been very spotty rain showers throughout our area, but the past 2 days now we've gotten a ton of rain. As you can see, it's just pouring down rain here. Our vegetable garden is loving this rain. So a strange summer shower here, not very normal for us. Cooled down to, I guess, about 85 degrees of the high when it's usually over 100. But here it is, we're getting rain in the summer. And a pouring down, drenching rain at that. I guess the garden will have to wait another day to work in the garden. Alright, so we had rain for several days this week. We were lucky enough to get rain for about 4 days out of the week. And it is time to come out here and harvest a pumpkin and butternut squash. So let's see if I can find what we have here. Come over here and check it out. Got the pumpkin in here. Look at that thing. Nice. It's a little bit smaller one. This is a fairy tale pumpkin. Also has another name. So I'm gonna cut this here. So all I'm gonna do is I got some of these pruners here. I'm just gonna cut off the pumpkin. See the stem here? I'm just gonna use these pruners so I don't mess up the vine and cut it back a couple inches. Cut it off. And we pull it out, and there we have one pumpkin out of our garden. There's another one growing still. I don't think it's quite ready yet. We'll check it out here. And here's our other pumpkin we have. It's not quite ready to pick yet. Still got a little bit of green on it. This one is much larger than the other one, so we're gonna leave this in the garden and let it grow and fully ripen, and it'll be ready to harvest a little bit later. Over here I have a few straggly Kakai pumpkins, quite small. This one's ready to harvest also. We will harvest earlier our Kakai pumpkins earlier in the season. Check out our previous video on that. Alright, so here we have this is the butternut squash. We have one we have found on the vine. It's ready to pick here. You can see it's a nice color. Once again, use my pruners. I'm just going to trim off the stem here, like so. That will not disturb or tear up the plants when you cut it off like that. And there you have it, our first butternut squash. If we come over here, I found another butternut squash growing on the vine. Come in close here. Here it is. You can see it's quite small. It still has the flower blossom on it. That is another butternut squash growing. So probably wondering how to tell when your pumpkin is ready to harvest. Actually was not sure. I went to look back on the websites to see what it looked like, these pumpkins look like in the pictures when they were harvested. And so I was looking at the color of the pumpkin, and this is about what they look like in the photo. So that's how we harvest that one. The butternut squash, the same way. We just try to wait for the color to be up here as if it was in the store or on the websites. And then over here I got a plant from a friend at work. This is a Mexican oregano plant, so I'm gonna find a spot to put this in the ground. This is a cutting from a plant that he had, so we're gonna try to give this a hand and grow some. This is a Mexican oregano. As you can see, this is a much larger leaf than the regular oregano that we have growing. So we're going to try that out. We got our chickens out here, free ranging in the vegetable garden. I'm out here clearing up some of the old purple hull peas plants that are done. and pulling them all up. Of course, there's a lot of bugs out here, so they're out here helping me out. Alright, so just here's a recap real quick of our garden. I got the old purple hull peas and cowpeas here cleared out. A couple of weeks we'll start planting some cole crops, hopefully, in that area. A lot of weeds out there. I got most of them. Give me a couple of weeks to clear out the rest once they start growing. Our fall tomatoes here are growing very well. It's still too hot for them to produce any fruit. Once it starts getting below 90 degrees, we'll start getting some tomatoes on there. Hopefully fairly soon. We got our okra here and all of our beans, different kinds of beans we planted a couple of weeks ago. All coming up nicely, as well as the black-eyed peas down here at the end. Over here, of course, we have our squash, zucchini, sunflowers, pumpkin, and butternut squash growing. Over here, if I get in a little bit closer, we have one eggplant. This plant we grew from a seed early in January, February. We finally have a one eggplant on the vine there, producing our lychee tomatoes I've been making. They've got quite a bit of flowers on them now after this little bit cooler weather we've had, and a nice summer rain helped everything come along very, very nicely. So there's just a quick recap of what we got going on here in our I guess late summer vegetable garden, starting to plan and get ready for the fall. In a couple of weeks we'll start putting out some cole crops, and pepper plants are still producing quite well. And then probably getting close to end of September, October, we'll start planting some garlic. So stay tuned on what all else we have growing. Subscribe, and you'll be notified of our latest videos we have posted. So thanks for watching.